YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you, and today the recipe I will be doing will be smoked and then confit chicken quarters. Now, my last video I had explained to you guys that hey, over the year we eat a lot of turkey, we eat a lot of ham. So I don't necessarily always feel like cooking turkey and ham for the holidays. Now, I plan on showing you some various different recipes that you could actually use in lieu of ham or turkey. Ham or turkey here in the US is quite standard fare when we start talking about Thanksgiving and Christmas. Let me show you guys what I have here. I've got 4 chicken quarters. That would be the drumstick and the thigh. All right, so what I've done, I only got 4. That's all I need. I'm going to go through. These are still a bit cold. Bought these a few days ago. They've been set in my fridge. And I'm going to go through, clean them up a bit. And from there, I'm going to get them seasoned and on the smoke, of which I'll be bringing you guys along. Now, I'm cleaning this up because it's going to get pulled off either by my kids or my wife anyway. All right, let's get some of this extra hanging stuff off. I've already got a fire started. We'll be rolling with pecan and a bit of hickory and post oak today. All right, I usually cut this nub off. Cut it off. Nobody wants it. I typically don't mind. And that's it. So I'll bring you guys back as I get these seasoned. Again, purpose of this video is to kind of show you guys that you don't have to always eat ham and turkey all the time. These are some recipes that you can do in lieu of. Now, one of the other things I like to mention is that we always have leftovers. I don't mind eating leftovers. However, I have some in my house and will absolutely not touch them. So, let me clean up a bit, get these back out for the seasoning. I'll bring you guys back. Stay tuned. All right, let's get this chicken seasoned. So I've got kosher salt, seasoned salt, coarse ground black pepper. Today for my binder I'm using grapeseed oil. The first thing I've been doing, so I've already got the 3 of these seasoned. Just get a little grapeseed oil down. We're going to massage that in. All right, no real method to the madness. We're going to get some on the other side. Excuse me for the noise. We got a slight drizzle, rain coming down. All right, so now we're going to go in. Going first, season up high with my kosher salt. Nice, even spread of seasoning. Now, I am seasoning these very simply because more flavor will be brought to this chicken when I introduce it to the confit. If you don't know, confit is the process of slowly cooking something in its own fat or just a fat period. Now, I don't carry chicken fat, but what I do have is various oils. Sometimes I may have beef fat. I don't think I have any of that today, but I do have various oils. So my options would be grapeseed oil, or I'll have olive oil, and I've got some other oils, some maybe canola oil. So you really typically want to go with a neutral oil. When you go with neutral oil, that brings a lot that you can do in terms of introducing some other flavors to that oil. All right. So we're going to flip it over, hit it with some kosher salt. Again, simply season it. Could have dry brined these as well. Dry brining is the act of seasoning these merely with salt. Salt has seasoned, everything else is an accompaniment. But we're going to hit them with some kosher salt. Again, dry brining is hitting them with salt. Doesn't matter which salt, overnight. Through osmosis, you'll see the salt drawing out moisture. That same moisture is used to be pulled back into the chicken. That process also helps with crispy skin. I didn't do that today. So again, we are seasoning this very simply. The confit itself will bring the other flavors. And that's going to be about it. Hey, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm got to get some cleaning up done. And then I'll bring you guys back as I get this on my smoker. Stay tuned. Alright, let me show you guys how we're looking. Chicken's just been placed on. No real method to the madness. I'm going to bring my fire up nice and gentle. Nice and gentle smoke on this. Again, the purpose of this smoke is not necessarily to get the chicken, these quarters cooked through, but we do want to add any flavor possible. Stay tuned. I'll bring you guys back when something changes. Alright, we are back. I've got about 2 hours on these leg quarters in the smoke. We brought them up slowly, going from a temperature of 225 to 250. And in the last 30 minutes of that second hour, I bumped it up between 250 and 275. We got a little bit of color. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We got a little bit of color, right? A little bit of color. Not much to speak of, and that's fine. Now, here's what we're going to do. We are going to get these chicken quarters. In my vessel, I've got a restaurant pan. We're going to get them in. This is where that flavor comes into play. Whatever hard spice, hard herbs that you have is excellent for a recipe like this. So I've got to make space for this other one. We've already got some pull back from some of these legs. You see that? Excellent. Let's see if we're going to be able to fit all these in here. Alright. Then get this other big one in here. That's going to be about it. So that's in the pan. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start going in with my seasonings. I've got peppercorns and red chili pepper flakes. Again, anything, even those spices off of the chicken, is going to be seasoning this confit. I've got some cardamom pods and some cumin seeds. I've got a stick of cinnamon. It's going in. I've got a few star anise cloves. I was looking for some cloves of clove. Didn't have any. So now we also have, I've got about 4 cloves of garlic. And again, you can smash these if you want. I'm just going to simply keep the paper on them. That's fine. The paper will be pulled out at the end of this cooking process, but I want to crack them a little. Get that garlic flavor, aroma going. Now, I've got some neutral vegetable oil. We're going to go in until this chicken is just about covered. So for that, and then I'm going to cap off what I could not cover with some avocado oil. Another neutral oil. We're going to go to right as the chicken is covered. Alright, there you have it. Let me show you what we're looking like. Now, as this chicken cooks, confit temperatures are usually really low, so I'm going about in between 200 and 250. This will go in my oven. I started my oven out at 250, and then here in the next hour or so I'll kick it down to 200. Stay tuned. Alright, we're back. So this is 2 hours at 250 in my oven, as you can see. we've got some breakdown occurring. So the funny thing with confit anything is you trying to catch it right before the meat breaks off the bone. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a piece of foil back on this, and I'm going to rest it at room temperature for the next hour or so. And then I'm not sure, some of the more traditional methods you can do after you let the fat solidify is pull it back out of the fat. Fat is the preservation method here. And then we can get it into a skillet, and because this skin is not going to be as crispy as you like, but I know this chicken's done. So I don't know which way I'm going to go with it right now. The smells I'm getting off this, like you can smell the cardamom, the star anise, that cinnamon stick. All right, so I'm going to wrap this back up. I'll be back when I've determined what I'm going to do with this. Stay tuned. All right, so we have removed those chicken quarters from the confit liquid, all that fat. I strained it, and then I went down with a light layer of that fat here in my pan. And now we're going to sear these off. This is one way you can get crispy skin. Now, confit is not just reserved for chicken. You'll see it done with ducks. So yeah, so we have all that flavor that's been infused into this this fat. So I'm going to let these get a bit of a crispy skin, and then I'll be back with the closing out of this video. Stay tuned. YouTube, we back. B Smokehouse back here with you. Now, before I show you guys the finished product, let's recap what we did. I had 4 total chicken quarters that I took. I seasoned lightly with seasoned salt, kosher salt, 16 mesh black pepper. After seasoning them, I put them on my Old Country Wrangler smoker using a combination of hickory and post oak. Now, they smoke for a total of 2 hours. After that 2 hours, I took the same 4 chicken quarters, I submerged them in avocado oil and canola oil while seasoning that same oil with a stick of cinnamon, coriander, allspice, black peppercorns. They were then wrapped with foil, the restaurant pan was, and then I put it into my oven at 250. Now, from the research I did on confit, is you want to keep that temperature as low as possible. So some recipes, especially if you're cooking longer than 24 or 48 hours, they will go at 200 for the duration. The trick with confit is catching the protein before it starts falling off the bone, falling apart. It just makes for a better presentation. And it keeps the protein juicy, and it's succulent, it's moist. You have all those flavors that were infused in that fat, in that oil. This actually has flavored whatever protein you're cooking, in this case the chicken quarters. Now let me show you what I have. Alright, can you see that? I have two of the quarters here. Now what I did was, after I removed the chicken quarters from that oil, I went ahead and strained that oil, got all the solids out of there, that cinnamon, that star anise, the black peppercorns, and the whole garlic cloves. I took them out, I strained that oil. That oil can be reused. You can fry stuff in it, but it's already got flavor. It's not neutral anymore. Now, 2 of the chicken quarters, I got some of that oil in a very hot skillet, which I showed you guys, and then I put the skin down. One of the things with confit is that your skin will not be crispy. That's fine with me. So I've got a version here with crispy skin, and I got a version here without crispy skin. Let's give it a try. It's absolutely tender, succulent. I've gotten a few pieces off of this already. So let's see. I've got some potatoes that I did. All right. So there. Let's get you guys down. Okay. So I'm going to go in for this drumstick. So So as you can see, it's falling apart. Maybe I took it a little bit too far. However, this chicken is delicious. It's pretty good. The combination of that crispy skin, the seasoning that all went into the fat, the star anise, that cinnamon, those black peppercorns, they all went to season this chicken, as well as the seasoned salt, the kosher salt, and the black pepper. It's absolutely delicious, seasoned down to the bone. Now, had I started on this earlier last night, I probably would have dry brined these, just adding more flavor to the party. Give this a try. Again, this can be another recipe that you try in lieu of those traditional holiday recipes. Until next time, Be Smokehouse out.